Welcome everyone to our prayer journey daily devotion with Mike Toad. Recently, I had guests come over our house, and when they came, they removed their shoes to come into the house, showing reverence and respect for me. Now, I'm the type of person where, while I do switch shoes coming into the house from one to another, I always wear shoes in my house because I get cold feet. And since I do, I always have allowed people to come in and wear their shoes, except for the kids. And I told this individual, don't worry about it. You can walk around the house. I'll clean it up. But he felt more comfortable keeping his shoes off as a sign of reverence. And it was an eye-opening event for me in a way because I thought of how we are to approach God. Jesus Christ has made the way for us that we can come boldly before the throne of God and that we can speak to him more openly. But often we forget, I forget, whose house that I'm entering or whose house God is entering when we speak. So I wanted to take a look at Exodus chapter 3 and verse 5. And God said, draw not nigh, put off your shoes from off your feet, for the place you stand is holy ground. You're entering God's house. Now, who said this? It was God himself who spoke through the burning bush, even though it says that there was an angel there. Now, some people debate this and say it was Jesus Christ, and some say an angel, but we know the Lord spoke that and told him he was approaching holy ground. So when we go before the Creator of all matter, of all things, seen and not seen, the Creator of the entire universe, who allows us to visit him, we should to be mindful of that very fact. Moses wouldn't even look upon God as he approached. Now we have that great high priest, Jesus Christ, who goes before us. But we should not lose sight that we enter that way and whose presence we're in. And I have done that very often. Sometimes when I talk to God, I'm just talking like a normal conversation. And he's my friend. But I must remember he is also my Lord. Now, why did God even come before Moses? Well, we know this, that we were created in his image. He used Abraham to open up the door to be the seed that brings us back to God. So God comes before us and he wants us back. For we were created not only in his image, but as it says in Revelation 4:11, we were created for his pleasure. The creation of man is God's masterwork. And being molded by God in the image of God and approaching onto God, we cannot lose the focus that we are special possession for him and that we must reverence him for who he is. And I don't know how to capture that the way the Jewish people did. You know, I think on when you see some of these movies where a man's coming before a king and he's going sideways, not to look at the king, because the king is so much greater than him. So in our boldness coming for the throne of God, we must remember that he is our creator, our Lord, and also our friend and our daddy. Now, here's an interesting thing. Moses, when he saw the bush on fire and not being consumed, wanted to know why. God put a natural curiosity in Moses to come and to look, to see why the bush wasn't burning. He was an educated man. He was brought up in the schools of Pharaoh. And he's going, what's going on here? Meanwhile, where he is at the Mount of God. I wonder if he was doing some praying there also. And out of the midst of the bush, he hears God call him, Moses, Moses. And Moses said, here I am. You know, God puts curiosity in us to take a look at things. And then when he calls from there, you can answer, here I am. Curiosity brought him to God, but he heard the call and came to God. So until next time, may Jesus increase as we decrease.